I'm Joshua Pringle. I'm here with Wendy Eckel talking about her new mystery novel.
It's different from a regular mystery in that the protagonist is an amateur sleuth, meaning protagonist isn't a detective or a police officer or a crime investigator. It's just someone who happens upon a crime and decides they want to solve it.
Well, let's talk about the crime she's trying to solve. Walk us through the story.
Okay. My protagonist is Rosalie Hart. She's in her mid-40s, and her life is upended when her only child goes off to college and her husband says that he's having an affair and he's in love with another woman. And so she escapes to an old farmhouse on the eastern shore of Maryland that was willed to her by her Aunt Charlotte a few years before, and she runs away there. And after a few weeks of living there, she discovers a dead body floating in a river.
So she's figuring out her own life while she's figuring out this mystery, right?
Absolutely. The two are parallel. As she tries to solve this crime and find justice for this young woman who is 22, she's also trying to find her own way. So it's a parallel journey.
And we're going to get to follow Rosalie Hart, not only through this novel but beyond it, because this is the first in a series, right? So she'll be going through some more ups and downs after this.
Yes. I fell in love with this protagonist. I mean, she's multi-layered, she's fun, she's feisty, she's strong, also very emotional because what she's been through, and she makes a lot of mistakes, but she's also, savvy and resilient, and I just fell in love with her. So I thought, I'm not done with this woman. So I'm well into book 2 and I've started book 3. And I have a lot more ideas on where I'm going to take her. So.
Oh, excellent. So, you got to do a lot of listening as a writer, right? Like the characters tell you what they want and where they're going, and so.
Absolutely.
She said, "I've got more to do."
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And you mentioned that it takes place on the Eastern Shore.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell us a little bit about how that setting, what kind of light and shade that creates for the book?
That's a nice way to put it, light and shade. It's exactly what it is. The Eastern Shore of Maryland is a very unique part of the country. And if you're not familiar with it, it's a flat stretch of land between the Chesapeake Bay and the ocean. And it's a lot of farmland, very small towns, and there are people who have lived there for 300-400 generations of families that have lived there. And each small town is unique, but they have a lot of opposites. There's people with a lot of money, with very beautiful farmhouses, and then people that work the land and work the water. There are a lot of watermen that fish for a living, and it's just a very colorful part of the country, and it's very unique. And so there's a lot of differences and everyone trying to coexist, but there are no secrets in a small town, and yet there are secrets. It's a fun place to write about.
And so when she discovers the body,
Mm-hmm.
it's in the water right on the Eastern Shore, right? I think we have a clip of her discovering the body, no? Robbie, we have a clip of this? No. Never mind.